Vudai, looking interesting map. His stragglers are okay. Like nothing good though. Not terrible, but workable. He's gonna just go for the berry start. Was that his best play? Just about. I mean, maybe there's a pit here, maybe with the elephants, but this is probably just faster. Private sea on both sides of Vudai's map. This is quite the nice map, if I do say so myself. Memo, going for the berries. And you can see on our mini map, got a large sea here, kind of a bait sea here because there's only a couple fish, but it's still useful. Still useful. I mean, there's three fish in here. Five, one, two, three, four. 5. 5 fish on this right sea, right? So I mean, we're talking. This is not that valuable. This, however, is the game changer. And this is one that Memo actually can't aggress on due to the fact that it's closed off on the north side. So for Memo to stop this, he's going to have to dock on this side of the map, which is that's a bold play. You know, I don't think we're going to be seeing that particular. I think these players are more inclined to going to bronze. But Memo's map is pretty good. He's got a shorefish pit that he can do with the wood, so he gets one shorefish at least. Got another 2 shorefish over here, although it's kind of hard to get. His berries are a little never mind. His map's not that good. If this gold mine weren't here, this map would be great because you'd have 2 shorefish in the gazelle on like kind of a wood line. But he's got an elephant to the right, so at least he'll be able to get going with something. His map certainly isn't lost. He's got 2 more elephants. I'm sure he'll be able to double lure those back to his base and another one. So actually, he's got plenty of elephants. And if he grabs these two, oh my gosh, he could have a huge elephant map. Meanwhile, this artifact for Vudai coming right towards his base. Vudai getting his gazelle lure. This is a big difference between the maps. But Memo, as said, getting that elephant. And a big... So, something here is that Vudai dropped 5 gazelle at 3 minutes. This is something you don't often see players do. Or, well, you see some players do it, but you'll notice he's already lost. He's already lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's already lost 50 food from these gazelle because he dropped them all at once. It's something people don't often think about. But if you gather the elephants quicker, you know, when you have all the elephants decay slower because they're 1 unit decaying. Gazelle and elephant lose food at the same food per minute rate. So if you have this situation where, you know, you have equal food in elephants versus equal food in gazelle, if you're dropping your gazelle like this, then yeah, they're just going to decay out. Look at this one hasn't been touched yet and it's at 100 food. Like he's lost a lot of the food on this map, which is kind of wild. Oh, here he goes. He's getting on top of it though. It's fine. It's not that's not a big deal. We're talking like a difference of like 70 food. There's actually a difference there. Well, if gazelles are faster, then the point is even more. That's wild. Then the point is even more valid, right? So Junus here in chat is saying that the gazelle decay faster than Ellie's. So if that's true, then that's even worse for that case. Oh, Memo's gonna have to remicro this. He's gonna have to spot this. No, 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 no. Oh, okay. No, he was sending it over. So he'll fix all that stuff. Yeah, Memo's gonna have a hard time with this map. These gazelle are really awkward. No, no, no. He doesn't need to kill that one. Oh, that gazelle was trapped. He didn't need to drop it in there. Whatever. I'm just being nitpicky. If Memo puts on a little early pressure on Vudai, we'll have an awkward wood line that will be shot over by Memo. Yeah, that's certainly the case, especially considering that Vudai didn't pit in between these 2 forests and instead is going for the safer woodline option. So what's going to happen is that Vudai might be tempted to wall in behind this woodline, in which case he'll have very little resource. Whereas Memo has this kind of safe resource, and I would expect him to try and wall in to the left here and like get a larger area, maybe even put his ranges on his hill or force the fight at this hill every time so that he has a nicer map. We'll see though. He's walled this side off nicely, which is good because again, with these options, the options the player have in this are kind of unlimited. Looks like we might be seeing Vudai go for excuse me, we might be seeing Vudai go for Axer play here, which is something we haven't seen too much this tournament. Hasn't been too successful, but this could also just be um, ranges, 2 vills for ranges, which I think looks to be the case. Remember, Vudai did have a really high food map, so he was able to get the gazelle and 2 elephants versus just the 1 elephant here. Memo not really finding all of his extra food. And here's that first clubber, and looks like they're going to be building on this hill, which is going to be pretty devastating here. Memo, I think, is getting a little too greedy with his build right now. Actually, no, he's at 20 vills. He's faster. Memo's just straight up faster. And he's going to play defensive by default here, it looks like. Actually, no. He's going to play offensive by default. Does he also drop a defensive range, though? He's going to need one because the positioning here from Vudai's vills is a little spooky. No, he's just going to do wall tiles. So that's the goal here, is to aggress, which is good. Which is good because both players are going to be aggressive, which means this map is going to get really messy really fast. And it doesn't look like these clubbers are actually going to stop this wall up from going up. It's going to be close, actually. This is going to be really close. No. Just seconds away. The wall off from Memo. And he's fully walled, but again, this is kind of a similar situation. Memo at least has safe wood, whereas this wood can get completely wrecked by Bowman. It's going to be a really big game changer. The thing is, Vudai is playing open, and that's probably with intent. He can always come over to this wall. He can always go over to these wood lines. He's got tons of space to work with. Clubbers are just wailing away, and now Memo's going to see the aggression here. He's just going to wall behind it fast, as the Bowman is there to get a kill on a low HP vill. What? Here's the defensive range in the center of Memo's economy, and I'm sure we'll see something similar happening on the other side of the map. Maybe. Looks like these... Oh! Memo has to fight. Memo has to fight the lion first. That is just super unfortunate, as now he's going to push forward onto the berries with 2 Bowman. Meanwhile, this push onto Memo's base is certainly not going unnoticed, as there are 5 Bowman here that Memo has to deal with. But Memo is doing the same across the map, and, you know, like you guys said, this is a rough wall off for Vudai. He's losing a lot of vills here. Memo's lost 1 vill, and he's trading with his Bowman. Looks like he's actually going to take some nice fights there, killing so many villagers. And here's that first dock finally going up. Memo's builder, and they're actually going to spot a lot of what's going on there. He saw the dock going up, and this wall tile is actually still open, and 4 Bowmen are just already in on Vudai, and Memo is still walled off, and he might even sack some vills for this. As he gets in on the wood line, he's going to send his vills forward and see if Vudai is actually going to notice. Vudai's not paying attention, and the wall off will complete. I'm just going to send those vills on their way. He is going to lose a vill there, but the wood line being lost here is absolutely huge, and we could be seeing a counter dock here just to make it so that this isn't free food. Meanwhile, all the vills of Vudai on the run here, already getting into quite a messy map. But this is going to happen on the other side of the map as well. Vudai has busted in with quite a large tool army. His investment isn't lost here, and there's that dock. I'm sure we're going to see a ship come out from Vudai. I'm sure he saw all this happen with the vill and the dock. And now Memo's going to be kind of lost here. Doesn't know where to go in order to catch him. And now Memo's woodline getting kills. I mean, the trade is coming out, and the timeline is looking very even right now. Several vills going down there. Big loss for Memo, as the houses will get taken down as well, so he's going to have to replace all those, meaning that potentially Vudai could get the first ship out. I think Memo's going to have to come back and defend his base. He doesn't see the vills. Actually... Oh, no way. This is Christmas for Memo here. He's going to spot all the vills. And he's going to get them walled off. He's going to have vills. He's going to have archers on every side here.
Yes.
And there's a GG. It has to be. You don't have a working economy. Couldn't afford anything. GG. GG indeed. Very quick game. Yeah, Memo getting a better wall off, I think, and that's the difference of speed here. Vudai a little bit later, and he just didn't take the time to wall. I think he thought that he had the aggression, but Memo's ranges went undetected, and Memo played defensively and offensively at the same time, whereas Vudai prioritized being offensive and then walled this really late and a little inefficiently. Like, honestly, I think you have to give up the berries at some point and maybe wall like this just to be quicker with it. And I'm not saying that that's what he should have done, but it certainly would have been an option for him. Because what we did see was when he went for this wall, he had like 5 vills here, and he just lost all of them. The kills ended up being 11-8, but the big thing being getting in on this wall just was devastating, absolutely devastating. Anyways, we can hop into game two here. I think the biggest thing about that map was Memo's safe woodline also had like 3 gazelle and the 2 shorefish. Oh wow, Junus, that's a big difference between in decay. That's absurd. So it's 250% faster. Is that how that works? 100% is just 2 seconds. 200, yeah, 250. 2.5 times. Wow, that's a big speed difference in decay. Oh, scoreboard. Right. Right. Grab that real quick. Where's Vudai? Where'd Vudai go? Ramwi? No, Soy. Soyjet Ramwi is asleep at this hour. How's it going, no? He'll be here. He'll be here for the 2v2 show match. Uh, Very quick match though. Memo taking an early lead here. Very early lead. There he is. All right, that took a second. Is the 2v2 show match a bow 9? It is A 09. Yes. I hope that fills your fancy. Ready?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's go. Game number 2 here. Memo versus Vudai. You guys excited? I am. I'm interested. I'm intrigued more than excited because Memo's been playing so solid in the past couple weeks. It's been kind of fun to watch him play like so well here too. He lost Vils, so there was a bit of carelessness on the defense. Hello. This game gonna start. Uh-oh. Oh, I was dropped. I'm gonna restart the game real quick. Um, is anyone watching Memo stream? Did he also just drop? Memo dropped as well. Okay, thank you, Sastins. Appreciate it. I believe there's a misunderstanding in the match Embe versus Mario. Yeah, there is. It should stand for the Classic Cup. Why? Not a show match. Why? Okay. Well, they're not following the rules, so I don't know what to tell them about that. Um, unless what do you guys think? Do you guys think we could get? What's gonna? I don't like the idea of scheduling matches an hour apart when we're doing best of fives because if we actually get a best of five and we go all the way to game five, you know what I'm saying? If we go to game five, it takes like 2.5 hours. We can't schedule matches 1 hour apart. That would put this at 13, their match at 14, and then a show
Yes.
match at 15. It just
Yes.
can't be done. So if they play, it's not going to be the Classic Cup game. I didn't. They also aren't allowed to schedule games an hour in advance. Supposed to schedule 24 hours in advance. And we have rules about this for a reason. It's about everybody, you know, not just about one person. Memo. Now with an interesting map. No wood. He's not going to be happy about this for now. He's going to think maybe this is deep sea. It's not great, but he could dock it and it would be pretty good. A dock here would still be able to capture all the food on the right side here, which is pretty nice. He does have the berries that he's going to be his opening. He's got a second berry. It's pretty nice. His strags are really rough, really far. They're all here. His gazelle are going to be tough to push considering that his strags are here. There's a gold mine blocking and then his berries are here. Vudai. Vudai is a really good map. Wow. He's got deep once again. This is a C, definitely worth the dock. Maybe even two. You dock one here, dock one here. You get really fast fish with just a few ships, right? You don't overproduce. But I mean it would be great on that little sea there. On this side of the map, fantastic sea. Again, this is all going to come down to how the players play it. Clearman said that 3,000 viewers waiting, but other streamers not allowed. Probably talking about M-Base stream. They're gonna rebroadcast Mbae's point of view. allowed. As long as Mbe lets it happen. I mean, whatever, right? Players are allowed to do whatever they want with their own streams. I don't attempt to control that. That'd be a nightmare. I want the players to stream. Like, I'm not trying to be exclusive with the cup, like, to that degree. You know? The biggest thing about it is it's mostly about spectators and slots and lobbies and scheduling. Like, it's just wait. It's already hard enough to get 3 people in a lobby. The second you add spectators, that's a 4th person that you're gonna be waiting around for. It's just too much. Like, we've messed around with this with the show matches where, we get the Brazilian cast and we get like the Portuguese cast, the Vietnamese cast, and the English cast, and then it's a 1v1, right? That's 8 people in a lobby, all trying to say we'll be there at one time, and then there's always like 10 people late. Doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense. We just moved away from that for the Classic Cup. Like the players, yeah. So what they're gonna do is I spoke with them. Like I know what they're doing, which is fine. They're taking Mbe's point of view and broadcasting that, which is fine, because that's just his point of view. It's not a lot harder to cast that, and they're not allowed to do their thing. What, one restart? Yeah, I'm surprised that the players aren't using the restart here, Soy. And Memo really, it may have behooved Memo to do so because he didn't have the wood on the left, and he did like his wood on the left and right are both really far to get that first storage pit up, especially with the berry start. So, I mean, where's he put his wood line now though? Like here maybe is his spot for the shorefish. Maybe here for the better wood line and the protection. I'm not sure. Got elephants though. He's got plenty of stuff on his map to do. Matter of grabbing it. This forwardville exploring. It looks like Vudai's gonna try the forward once again. Yeah, that plays out. I'm not sure. He's gonna be. He's just gonna go for the same play, probably. Hmm. Well, I don't disagree with Memo here. Part of me disagrees. I think it's important to do this. I don't think he needed these shorefish right away. I think it would have been better for him to get a solid wood line right away. Although I guess he knows if he and Vudai have played together a lot, right? They've been Voobly friends for a while. Um, hmm. Yeah, once again, dropping a lot of gazelle. Some of them kind of far away. When he still has elephants in his base. I guess he's just getting a lot of food though. I mean, this is a ton of food in his map. Like you can't disagree. This is a really nice start for Vudai this time around. If he's playing forward, I mean, this could be devastating. Did he lose Vils to like a double line or something? No, he must have sent this Vil back. Now he's coming back out to the world. Let's see, any losses? No, okay, yeah. So he didn't lose a Vil or something. The ecos 24 to 21, pretty close. But it looks like I'm just gonna be a little bit greedier here. I think he's happy with his map this time. Getting the gazelle means you can get a lot more food, and your click is a lot safer. He didn't have gazelle last map, and it forced him to do a 20-minute match. Oh, Vudai taking a hit there on that lion. Just letting him rot out. That's sad. So anyway, oh, this Vil's gonna get spotted. And he got a hit on it. He can just leave one. He's won this. Well, actually, it's interesting. Vudai could lead this guy to a hill. Memo needs to be aware of this. I mean, well, with 6 HP down, let's do the math. If he fought on a hill and Memo didn't react, he's gonna try it. Maybe. Why doesn't he try it? Actually, gonna give Memo a hit. I don't know. Here's the forward. The range is already down. Memo's not up yet. This could be devastating for Memo here. He's not prepared for this. Bowman's already out. Memo has to know this is coming. His barracks is coming down fast, but just going to be too little too late because this bowman is in. Armor upgrade not in there yet. So he could bone it. He might have to. No armor, no armor. He's going to see it. He's going to go for it, but Vudai's on top of that. And Vudai's just going to be an absolute pest with this. And here's the second range. The Memo is going to have to run. Devastating. Devastating. Range is here, but the damage isn't quite in. Oh, he's gonna again try to fight with the Vills. I was gonna lose 2 Vills, 3 Vills now. Another Vill on the Shorefish going down. But here are the 2 ranges defensively. So this is all, again, this is all going to come down to army control, right? The bowman count is high, but 3 of them are trapped on the south side of this. The first bowman's going to come out for Memo to be able to defend this northern barracks, right? So these 3 bowmen are useless right now. If this bowman is able to take a good fight with the second bowman soon to follow, I think Memo got the first hit here, so he's going to have 2 against 3. Oh no, this is going to be too much. I think he might be able to get 2 bowmen out in time. If he's able to keep this bowman alive, he could take a better fight. But no, not going to be the case. As now, one of the bowmen is hitting a house. So there's a chance here that Memo gets a good volley onto this first bowman. Now, this is not going to be fast enough. 3 bowmen in reserve here for Vudai coming around. They finally made their way around the north side of the map. The wood line getting pressured here. 2 more bowmen coming out for Memo. This fight is just going to be so close. He's going to pull the boys. He's going to put them in front. And maybe take some shots as it's 5 on 3 in the bowman count, 6 on 3 in the bowman count. Memo getting completely outproduced here. And that looks to be quite rough. It's coming down to the micro, but it doesn't look like to be enough as one of these bowmen, last bowman on the defense, going down. More pumps coming out, not quite enough. Still, though, the number count growing for Vudai, and I think that's going to be GG. Memo's going to actually open the wall and run, but Vudai has so many units here. I don't think there is any chance to run here. Gonna actually wall up on the south side, but there are 3 Vills here just waiting. So he's gonna run into Vills. And actually, is Vudai going to wall him in? No way. Oh, denied. 1 Vill will get trapped. Actually, no. 1 will get boned. Now, is Memo able to pull this off? He took some nice fights here, but the dock from Vudai is on the really good fish spot. This is just all-out aggro from Vudai. Once again, that food start for Vudai was absurd. Absolutely absurd. With that many elephants, that many gazelle. More Vills go down for Memo. He's down to like 7 Vills, 8 Vills. 7 Vills here. And 7 Vills here. Or actually, that's 9. So he still has a decent economy if he's able to get him working. He just needs to deal with these bowmen, and now a Hittite scout ship. That range is going to just destroy these Vills if he spots them. So these 5 bowmen have been spotted by Memo. He's maybe thinking he can take a good fight. He's going to try to maybe negotiate up towards this hill. Got 6. So he could take a good fight. He could take a good fight against this bowman here, but no. Go by undetected. Memo, he stopped moving his Vills. They're going to get caught out on both sides of the map. Looks like he was microing this side. Oh, boy. Actually going to do the little loop around and get back to the wood line. Vudai not paying attention. Maybe Vudai saw the hunt go down and he just thinks he's out there. Not sure. Yeah, sorry, that's true. Memo's duel time was just really late here. He went 25 Vills or something. 26. Was really greedy. Now this is a really good fight for Memo. I mean, culling the bowman count, he only lost 1 for 4. I mean, that's efficiency right there. That's really good. And Vudai does have some forward Vills, and another bowman gonna get knocked out of the range before it's produced, and now, oh, Vudai's gonna spot the food. This is gonna be too much. There's 5 bowmen here. If Vudai waits, and if Vudai is patient here, he could absolutely kill all of these Vills. He's gonna be patient. He's bringing in the back Vills. Oh. Memo? Who's going to notice this first? Okay, Vudai for sure. Oh, because on this side of the map, the granary's been caught out. But now Memo's going to see that his food's caught out. So both players losing their food sources at the same time. All of a sudden, Memo seems to have even the odds here as his Vills... Oh, actually, he lost a lot of those vills. But so did Vudai. Vudai's down to 3 of the vills that were at these berries. This is huge. This is actually huge for Memo. I mean, the timeline indicates horrific defeat, so maybe it is all just but over. Oh, that's killer. The C is going to be too much. I don't think Memo can keep producing. He's going to have to take good fight after good fight, and with all of his vills running here, getting chased down and still dying, actually. I think another shot's going to ring true. Memo taking another really good fight, though, actually catching a lot of vills. So Memo still has an economy. He's still pumping out vills from those berries. Oh, Memo shouldn't be fighting this. Oh, he's going to lose so many bowmen there for free. But he's got the reinforcements coming on the backside of this, taking down more and more vills. Here's the bowman from Vudai. Who's going to win this fight? This is big. I think Vudai's got the numbers. Got the micro. 4 on 5, 5 on 3, 7. Oh, wow, I didn't even see those. Man, that's a lot of bowman.
Yes.
And there's the GG. Yeah, Vudai's number's just too high, especially after getting the C there. Vudai played that very, very well. Night Maiden, this has been a beautiful game. Yep. Yeah, that was really, it was like really even. I don't want to say it was even. Vudai took a really early lead. Memo losing so many vills on this wood line was devastating. Like when the first bowman came in here, I'm honestly surprised that Memo played that late. He went up to 24 vills, I think, before clicking, and then he made 2 instantly upon clicking up. It just meant that his whole start was a lot slower. It was really difficult for him. Really difficult for him to deal with that aggression. He look at the tool time. You can't be this much later. That's a full minute. It's just gonna absolutely destroy you. And yeah, Soigi has said it in the chat as well. Soija said 10 XX is just too late for the tool time, especially in a map where you know your opponent's likely gonna do the bowman rush, which is kind of the standard on the inland. That or go for straight bronze. But you know, if your opponent's not doing it, you have to respect the opportunity for that rush. Game 3. So Vudai taking game 2 there. Very nice stuff, guys. Very nice stuff. We do have a match on our hands. This is a best of 5, so we got a lot of stuff coming up. And, that happened. I have to open something real quick. If I had to guess, I would say Memo's not going to go for more than 22 vills for the rest of the series. Oh. That. Yeah, 1-1 here. Take a look at this map. Ooh, a river map. Great. So inland, if you're not familiar with inland, the map can spawn with rivers, meaning with one river, you have a chance for multiple crossings. So 1 here. And just the 1 crossing. So, kind of similar to Highland from yesterday in Age 2, in our Age 2 show match. With this, there's a chance that the game stalls out. Now, it's not nearly as likely as it is in Age 2, because you can easily aggress even over 1 crossing. Like ships are a lot worse. It's a lot harder to cover this whole map. Let's just put it that way. It's a lot harder to cover the whole map. The original Boone, thank you for the follow a couple minutes ago. Missed that. Here we see berry start for both players. Pretty standard stuff. Wow. Once again, Vudai with the C. That Memo just doesn't even... Are you kidding me? That is cut off? That is way too much fish, to be fair. Oh, wow. We got one of those. So Inland has a chance to be an inbounds map, and Memo might be tempted to dock here. If Memo lets this game go bronze, I just don't see him having a chance. And Vudai's gonna find the crossing so fast. Vudai's already spotted the crossing with this artifact, and if he does what I think, there's 2 options here. 1 is push in, or 2 is leave it on. Yeah, he's gonna leave it right here. Right? Right? No, he's gonna take the time to go look for other crossings, so that's pretty smart. As well. I like to leave an artifact on the crossing to see if my opponent crosses, but that's just me. Yeah, it's really early, so I guess he's thinking he can take this time to explore for another crossing. There's always a chance that you'll get more. Like he's prepping for that first elephant. Meanwhile, Memo starting with the gazelle. Ooh, it's a tough lure. He will be able to get it though. Looks like they were close to the wall, so we had to shoot them all pretty quickly. That being said, the biggest question on everyone's mind is, will Vudai find this water? And if he does he dock it? That being said, it's not like he needs the food for the tool. So if this is a tool rush game, it's going to be fine for him because he has 3 elephants and gazelle. So he'll be fine. His map is super safe. Wow. 1 tile, 3 tiles, and he's walled a huge chunk of space, and he's going to be really safe. If he can control the sea here, that would be all he needs to do. That being said, that second elephant coming in for Vudai. Memo's map far more open in comparison. So again, well, actually, I would say last game Memo had the shorefish advantage. Okay, one last push on that gazelle, getting a nice lure in. Now pulling the second elephant is Vudai. Getting an earlier wood pit, I believe. Oh, nope. Similar timing. 5 minutes in, both players grabbing their first wood pit. 5 vills on wood for Memo and 4 on wood at the start, at least, for Vudai. We'll see if he adds more here, because that's kind of important. Actually, yeah, going to send 2 more vills. So 6 on wood could indicate that he wants to do a dock. Maybe he's thinking about crop blocking this dock. 5 on wood for Memo here, though. So 1 less, so less opportunity, less wood building, but probably a faster time because he's had these gazelle for a while now. He didn't spot these or these, maybe. He needs to spot. Actually, there's a chance he spotted these elephants and he just hasn't pulled them yet. Although if he spotted them, I would wager that he's pulling it. And this is the forward. Oh, this is a lot on wood. This is barracks, maybe. He could have clicked on a low count. Is he on? No, he's on 20. So he just wants to go forward. I wonder if he's going to drop the dock. You block this with the dock. Memo's gonna see this happening. So is it a dock block? Yes, it is, but it's not full. It's gonna have to be 2. So he's just testing it, and then he sees it. Now, funny enough, you can put a fishing boat or a trade boat right there on stand ground. Well, you don't. Well, not stand ground. You just put them there, and you make sure they don't run whenever they get hit, and works out. Works out as an effective block. So he's actually going to go for the full dock block. So interesting. This map is going to kind of stagnate out. Memo getting 2 fish with his first dock. So certainly not a bad pickup, especially if Vudai never uses the sea. It's completely wasted, right? Like if Vudai doesn't use the sea, this game becomes a lot more even, a lot faster here. And this time around, because Vudai knows that he's dock blocked and Memo doesn't know that yet. Well, actually, I think he has an idea. We could. Oh wow! Look at the double lures for Memo, bringing in so much food. Look at this train. Gotta watch this Vill. He's gotta watch this Vill. He's watching it. He's watching it. Close. Gonna get all bunched up though. Ooh, actually a nice positioning for all these elephants. Now, gotta be a little bit careful there. And I'm sure the click is on the way, so he's gonna have a really healthy tool. But the question is, did he? Yeah, he spotted the dock block, and here's the second dock from Memo. He saw the fishing boat, and he's gonna assume that it's dock blocked there. I think was the thing. Um, I think that's how that just went down. Really nice for Vudai though that he captured all 3 artifacts on his side of the map, and has kept them there. Really, Memo leaving one uncaptured, so he's not gonna be able to use it as that scout. He sent one over, and Vudai immediately caught it, and instead of sending it over to give Memo more scout and information, Vudai just kept it to use on his own side of the map because he knows he's safe. He knows that whatever Memo does, he'll have time to react. So now Vudai's in a great position. The question is, do we see an early transport from Memo? And could it catch Vudai off guard? Or could Memo potentially rush here? No, so it's going to just be instant scout ships here. And that's got to be the play of choice. I wonder, Vudai does have 2 scout ships queued up, I do believe. So it's not like he's going to be leaving this untouched. He's got a lot on wood, and that's just for that purpose. You don't see the market yet. You don't see the barracks or the ranges. That's scout ships coming out. I think the biggest thing for Memo here is to capitalize on his quicker speed here. He could potentially win the scout ship and the sea very early. Gonna notice nearly immediately, he's got the Vil there ready for repairs. In fact, I think he's gonna come forward for repairs right now. But so is Vudai. Memo's going to try to avoid some shots, but here's the repairman of Vudai, and that's too much. That's too many to repair. It's just too much for Memo. He's going to have to fall off from that, but he's got 2 more ships, I'm sure, queued up on the way, ready to go. Do we see the dock yet from Memo? Because he's got enough food to click pretty soon. It's going to be a weak click because he went up on 20 Vils. But that second ship comes out and Memo falls back for repairs. He's going to see the dock of Memo. It just takes some time. And I think not overaggress, not overextend, stay closer to his docks. Memo not getting the ship lead I thought he would with the speed he had. Now Memo's going to have to come over here for the repairs. And now Vudai already with the sea lead here. And I think that's the difference in economy, right? 4 more Vils on the way up. And now it's only 3 Vils now. And was able to kind of deal with it, and it's all these fishing boats. So, chance here that Vudai just takes this map away based on the fish. Again, not finding this left sea is a pretty big deal. So, Memo's still in this, sure, even though he's a couple Vils down. And we could even be seeing the market, and with Memo's food income that he's had, rather than focusing on the sea so early, I think Memo's going to have a really fast bronze click, and we're not even close to seeing that from Vudai. So, with this bronze being so far off, I think Memo's just going to sit back, let a dock go down, and wait for bronze? Or is he going to try to poke this? Now, 4 ships. I think you just... Oh, he sees it coming. Run the Vil. Run the Vil. Run the ships. He's waiting for bronze. Going to tuck up in this coastline. I don't know if that's enough. Maybe more ships are about to come out. Now you have to run from that. Oh, great play from Memo. 3 bowmen coming out on the front here. And now look at the production here from Memo. Fully in on the wood. Now sending a couple over to the berries. But this is just absolutely gigantic. He's going to try and take this map away with the sea after hitting bronze. He's already clicked up for sure. I'm like 90% confident. With 4 elephants like that, there's no way Memo hasn't clicked yet. And that's going to be really tough for Vudai. Vudai has to realize that that's what Memo's doing. Vudai still not close to clicking. Oh, actually, he's now probably clicked. But remember, Vudai, again, didn't find the sea on the left. And his fishing boats were taken out, so his economy is actually far weaker here. Memo with a really nice timeline recovery there from the start. Gonna actually lose some ships up here. Trying to buy time, but he's going to trap himself. And Vudai's going to chase him down. So I don't think the War Galley tech is going to come in time. Save him here. Yeah, War Galley's not going to be in time. No way. Maybe for 1 ship up here, but it's not going to be enough to win this battle. Vudai's got him completely trapped, and Memo's going to realize that. And now focus all of his attention on this side of the map as Vudai chases these down. These ships certainly... Oh, wait, if they get stuck... They get stuck. Really big for Memo is that he's taken Vudai off of all of his intended food income. Memo's still on berries, but Vudai walled out all of his other food. Wow, just a ship going down for free here. Yeah, Vudai realizes the future and has walled off in preparation. Probably anticipating a faster bronze time, but there it is. The ships on the north side getting completely collapsed on. 4 versus 3. They had to run. And actually, Vudai with the faster bronze. Maybe I was mistaken when I said Memo was bronzing. I really thought he would have. I was horribly mistaken. That bronze is quite huge. Memo up to 37 Vils. But Memo's going to have control over the docks for the most part. He has to spot this dock. Look at the walling from Vudai. The ship's coming back around for Vudai is going to be what he wants, right? Because all he needs is the War Galley, right? That's all he wants. How is Memo not up yet? I'm very confused by this. Still, no War Galley. The wheel's just in, so prioritizing certain techs. Remember, he's only had 4 farmers for food for a while, so like his food income is pitifully low. He needs to get farms out for him to make any units for a while. He's going to be focused completely on the sea, and actually Memo's taking a really positive fight here for himself. Gonna spot these new docks. Vudai losing a lot of his ships here. Economy is 37, so Memo's certainly clicked now because he's not producing vills anymore. Just much later than one may have anticipated. And now Memo's going to see that there's docks in here and try to camp these, I think. Does Vudai keep making these? Yeah, no, Vudai's going to give up the sea and go full army. Vudai's not going to give up the land, though. He's got a nice wall off. Morning stream move. Hey, Pilot, how's it going, buddy? Oh, dude, you're Centurion, dude? 3-month sub, dude. Or 4-month sub. Nice, Pilot. I didn't know. I think you're the first Centurion icon I've seen. Very nice. Look at that. That's so cool. Anyway, sorry. Focusing on the game. Yeah, Vudai gonna lose these docks. He's not investing anything in army just yet. Probably waiting for Memo's bronze. How's Memo still not bronze? It has to be. I said it. I said he would bronze at like 13 minutes. Or click at like 13 and be faster than Vudai, but doesn't seem like that's going to be the case here. Memo does have full control to see, though. Vudai is probably not going to be looking too much to contest this, as he's just going to do Vil Boom. Real Vil Boom is never a bad thing. Question is, going to be a little greedy. He's getting on gold early, and I like that, because I think maybe is he just thinking about ironing? Because he could convince Memo to engage in CA and go for like just a few CA defense. This is just me. Is there a little bit of static sound? Not coming over my mic. It could be somewhere else. Well, I'll check that after this game, if that's okay. So what's Memo's play here? Now, he hasn't seen any army from Vudai, which is kind of the biggest thing here. He hasn't seen any army, and Vudai's now caught up in Vil count. And he's mining gold for probably nobility. That's the bet you have to make. And Vudai just keeping all of his economy very, very safe. He's walling off completely from the landing. And there's the first chariot, and yeah, Memo's just going to start peppering down the buildings here. He's certainly going to notice that there's gold income here, which could scare Memo a bit here. As long as he keeps patrolling this right side of the map for docks, Memo's going to be completely fine, and he has completely covered. He has vision over every part of the map here. I wish we could show his vision, but look at this. He's going to see everything but right here. Guess he's not worried about it. Because I think he knows that he's getting... I mean, taking out a range, that's a huge pickup for him. Vudai looks like he just wants to go straight iron. I'll be honest. Or he's trying to rush nobility. I'm not sure, though. With this economy setup, it looks like he's not going to be fighting with CA. But losing a range there and losing the market, like, you can't really afford these things. Especially when you're building this many farms and TCs. Because he's going to get up to iron with no army. It has to be hyper greedy. A new market coming down. Jeez. Oh boy. Memo doing a full boom of his own behind all this. So 53 vills to 62, but Memo's going to be able to keep up. And with the sea control, I think Memo's in a huge advantage here. And one of these wall tiles is actually unfinished. So then it's just one more, and there's the workshop. You love to see it. So Memo realizing what's going on. He sees the vills on the gold, I'm sure outside of his range. He sees 500 gold collected. Not any army, nothing happening on the side. He's seeing the wall off. He's seeing everything. Remember, Hittite with the extra range, it includes line of sight in that bonus. So these Hittite ships can see so much here. He knows exactly what's going on. He can just assume that it's food. And he's been patrolling. He's been patrolling this right side of the map, and he's actually going to catch out the vills, probably coming forward to build a dock. But Memo's ready for it. Memo's already in, and there's absolutely no defense at home. What is Vudai doing? You have to question this decision. You have to question this. I mean, he had a chance. Memo certainly had a chance there to go straight for bronze, right? Or no, no, no. Sorry, Vudai certainly had an opportunity there to go CA and bronze. I mean, he was first to bronze with a decent timeline, like not the big time. You got to remember, most of that was C around this time. That was all C. That was just strange to think that he could go iron without Memo killing him. I mean, Memo built the workshop to bust down this wall, but didn't even need it. Like there was no defense, right? It wasn't like he needed speed. I mean, Memo came in here at 26 minutes. That meant that he was in Vudai was in bronze for 10 minutes and didn't make he made one CA and it died. Oh no, it's right here. Memo just making army and fighting. I mean, a lot of that came down to the sea control. So you gotta credit Memo there for winning the sea so handily. It really shut down Vudai's plans, right? Because Vudai had 5 fishing boats here. And then he thought he could play on the sea with his bigger eco. But the issue for him was that when he went for all these farms, it just delayed everything, right? So I think at that point he was like, okay, I'm gonna have crazy food income. I'll just mine some gold and click up, and it'll be easy, right? But Memo just pushed a little bit quicker than he thought. Maybe he thought Memo would boom behind it, but Memo made army. Memo always makes army, man. Game 4. As Memo goes up 2-1 in this series. So you're saying static sound. Right now there's a vacuum. But before you were saying there's a static sound. Let me do something real quick. Not against Hittite. Yeah, that's a vacuum. I'm sorry. Dang. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's because my mic has like a thing that my mic has like a gate, so it cuts off sound below a certain decibel point. So when I'm not talking, you don't hear as much of my clicking and stuff. And that's gonna also apply to that. You don't hear it anymore. Maybe it was on my end. Yeah. Well, okay. So there were the farmers. There were farmers, and maybe it's because I was it when I was hovering over Vudai's base blue, because he had so many farms that they like sync up sometimes, and it just becomes like this constant like hose in the dirt thing, like the farming sound. That can kind of sound like white noise when you start overlapping it as so much. But anyway, um, focusing on this, you're asking can towers counter the water? So in AoE 1, yes, but not in this matchup, right? So the reason that towers aren't the best play here, on especially with the rivers, it can work. It can certainly work in bronze. Oh, that must have been a blender. It can certainly work in the Bronze Age. Um, no, it can certainly work in the Iron Age towers, but not in the Bronze Age. Because Hittite war galleys get extra range. So our this whole tournament is on Hittite, and so we can check out their tech tree if you're not familiar. Warships get +3 range, which applies to war galley, right? So what ends up happening? The reason why you can't go for towers really in the Bronze Age against ships specifically is that these will have a range of 11. Meanwhile, your tower in the Bronze Age is only going to have a range of 6. So, oh no, sorry, a range of 8 with +2. So they'll just get outclassed completely by ships, right? It's kind of a waste. I mean, it slows them down, which is why it's like one of the best counters to minnow copies, but you don't need to counter it that way. I think the big thing for Vudai there would have been going for sea control, right? Or not sea control. Once he lost sea, would have been going for army. Because he was faster. He could potentially out micro the Hittite ships with chariot archers, right? That's always a chance. There's always a chance for that, right? You have to play it. But instead he went for a very safe play. Once again, though, our map without rivers. So without the rivers, we're looking at a slightly different setup here. So it's going to be much more reminiscent of games 1 and 2, right? Game 3, obviously, with the river, it kind of stalled down a bit when both players walled it. So looking at this now, though, Vudai going for early elephant lures. Once again, he's got a really nice map. Well, it's all right. His strikes are pretty far, but the elephants are just absolutely huge here. His gazelle a little far, so he's going to have to rely on the elephants for the click, but elephants usually much better here. Gazelle coming in for Memo this time as well. Does he have a decent map? Well, there's a pit that he could do there for one shorefish. On a map like Inland, you just kind of take it. I'm sure he'll grab that. He's got an elephant that he's about to lure. The second one as well. So Memo's got a nice map as well. So both players are certainly going to be competitive with their maps. The last time I played, maybe 8 years ago, I'm super out on what work on what. Yeah, it's just this matchup. On other matchups it can work, but usually players don't go for towers until Iron Age. It's a very rare thing to see a player prioritize towers in the Bronze Age. It can work. It's just a huge resource investment. Towers are really expensive in this game. I mean, even if you're Roman, it's just putting your villas on stone. There is no other use, really. Walls are so cheap. You don't like. You only need like one vill on stone. Is Memo gonna get this double lure? I think he can. The third elephant coming in for Vudai. But remember, Vudai needs this elephant because he doesn't have his gazelle. He didn't push him yet. Going for it now. It's gonna be a little tough though. Meanwhile, the double lure very clean for Memo. Yeah, towers, man. Towers, I wish towers were better early. They're really bad. They're really bad in this game. Until Iron Age, when it's a resource that you haven't used yet. That's really honestly the only reason people ever build towers in this game is because they get Iron Age and they're out of like other resources. And towers become more efficient later in the game. At defending locations, but early on they're just so weak. They die to everything. Sentry towers work great. Age 2 looks strange today, Brandon. That's funny. Oh, do I have the wrong category? What is Hostile versus Vietnam Legends? So VNA. So we can explain while we're in the warm up for this game here. I can explain. So Hostile is a team from Age of Empires 1, the beta. We all met up. I'm actually on Team Hostile. I'm just hanging out. I don't play competitively much anymore though. Hostile though will comprise of Memo and Iron Steel. Then Vietnam Legends, VNA. So it's funny. Vietnam Legends is the name, but VNA is the acronym that they use. It's not VNL like you'd expect. VNA is an Age 2 pro team. So that's gonna. They have many players, but they're going to be using Cool and ACCM in the 2v2 show match, which is gonna start in like an hour, I'm sure. Yeah, we're 50 minutes out, which we should be done by this matchup in time. I mean, man, this setup for Vudai is really powerful, and he's going to be sending these villas forward once again. Is Memo going to get caught off guard here? No. So Memo, very wise here. Only going to be doing 20 villas, but he's playing defensive, remember. He's got artifacts on the map, but nothing else than that, really. We have a big best of 9 coming up in 2v2s. I'm really excited for it. Yeah, it's a 2v2. It's going to be a 2v2 show match, so it'll be really fun. I'm excited to cast it. My teammates, so there's going to be mild bias for Iron Steel and Memo. So Memo's going to be playing again in like 50 minutes. So if you like his play now, you'll like his play in an hour. Yeah, a little bit of bias for me because I am on hostile, so don't expect caster unbiases. I mean, I'll be pretty unbiased. I mean, I'll say it like it is, but at the same time, come on, I gotta root for my boys. That being said, though, the range coming down here, 2-on-2 here. It looks like the speed this time for Vudai, not what he wanted. So these aggressive ranges are going to be good though because they are on a hill, so they're at least a little bit defensive in and of themselves. However, if Memo ever decides to aggress, there is no potential for army at home. Vudai will have to chase the army across the map as that first bowman does actually get in. Memo's leaving a hole in his base, but that will get chased down. Macho. I don't know what that means. 1-on-1. Two on two here. That Memo's going to win with the bowman. One behind that tree. Coming out ahead on every engagement is Memo early on. Absolutely beautiful micro from Memo. Do you guys see that? What was the timing on the tool times? So he was a little faster. So he got the army out first. But look at that. 3-0 quickly. If he keeps his hurt bowman in the back, which I'm sure he might even... If he micros them, the hurt ones to the back. Look at that. As I said that. He micros the hurt bowman to the back, and he might get fight. Yeah, it's gonna get focused down. Oh no, it's not. He's gonna get the firepower out. Vudai with a huge error, not checking which one is low HP, and now there's so many hurt. Oh wow, 2 bills going down for free. Memos. Yeah, Memos 5 bills up. GG already. Yeah, that's just, you have to call that. The ranges are gonna get camped. This is why I don't play forward. This is why I don't do this, what Vudai did. A lot of players really like the aggression. And if you're fast, it works really well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying it's a bad strategy, but there are flaws. In everything, there are flaws, right? In everything, there are flaws. There's counters and misplays that can happen. And this is the biggest flaw of building forward, is that Memo didn't send 2 vills forward. Memo built 2 ranges and then put his vills on wood. So he had more resource income total, right? Vudai had his vills here just hanging out because what's he going to do? Like build another storage pit here? No, that's a little risky. Maybe he does if he's feeling confident and he has like the upper hand, but he didn't, right? So it's like, okay, these vills, I need to invest all my resources into keeping these ranges alive. The downside is these ranges get camped, and you could say that Vudai resigned a little too early. That's not an invalid argument. But it's Memo. You can read the next couple minutes of this game pretty easily here. Vudai, if he makes Bowman, he wastes resources because Memo just focuses them down. He's camping the ranges essentially. If he doesn't, okay, so he rebuilds ranges at home and then starts pumping army. He's now 300 wood in the hole, and he's behind on army. Memo comes across the map eventually. Game over, right? So Memo's just played really well there. Oh, thank you for the raid, buddy. Is Memo your brother? No, we're just good friends. Brother, father, another mother. Nah, I don't know. Oh, I got it. It's gonna be interesting to see team plays. Blue no armor. Yeah, you don't need armor in this game. So, Nello, to answer your question about that, you said blue no armor, but you don't need armor to fight Vills. You only need armor for fighting Vills. You don't need armor in Bowman Wars. So you could say this was a waste for Memo, but there were two Vills there. Memo doesn't know if there were clubbers in the mix. It's not a bad thing to do no armor, but it's not going to help you in the Bowman Wars.